Chapter 282. The first appearance of the Nine Sons 2. To be honest, I'm a little tempted. Songshi looked at the white snake demon venerable with infatuation. I'm not a very strong-willed person, especially when it comes to women. As long as you don't turn into a snake and stay like this, I won't be able to help it. Because he could not die, he did things without any scruples. He was even more reckless and free than many cultivators of the demonic sect. Naturally, he would not deliberately pretend to be upright and righteous when it came to this kind of instinct. Then when we get back, it'll help you relax. The white snake demon venerable's red lips approached Songshi, and a dark light flashed in its eyes. She used her snake charm technique, wanting to control Songshi's consciousness and ask for his secret. Fairy white snake is more suitable to deal with men indeed. Black snake demon venerable cackled as he sized up the white snake demon venerable greedily. If it weren't for the fact that this snake woman's cultivation level was too high, he would have slept with her too. In Songshi's mental world, a misty white fog strangely surged in and quickly enveloped his spirit domain. It was more than 10 times more terrifying than the Sen country's crown prince's methods. In the depths of his mental world, Songshi's soul sensed the white snake and suddenly opened his eyes. When he saw the white fog surging from all directions, he said in surprise, "Oh no, this snake demon used a spirit mystic technique." In theory, he could not die, but it did not mean that he had no weaknesses. Physical seals and spiritual crowd control techniques could threaten him, especially the latter. He had encountered too few spiritual attacks, and he had never tried to deal with them when he was controlled. Previously, when they met, he either relied on his powerful spirit to resist or possess the enemy to tire them out. He had never encountered such a level of spirit control before. This is troublesome. Let's not talk about whether Ragnarok can get rid of this spirit control. Even if it can, it's still in the cooldown. Songshi sighed inwardly. His body was frozen and his mental world was corroded. He realized that he couldn't even commit suicide. I've always just been committing suicide physically. How can I commit suicide in my soul state? He lowered his head and looked at himself. His soul was not linked to any vital points in his meridians. It was just a ball of special energy. Let's block it first. No matter what, I've already condensed a spirit golden core. Songshi's gaze turned cold. After he stood up, a moon slowly rose. Powerful spiritual strength erupted, forming a spiritual storm that blew away the fog. In the fog, an enchanting figure strolled away. At this moment, she was wearing a long slit dress, revealing her slender and straight legs. She did not look fat at all. She was flawless, and when she went up, it made one's imagination run wild. There were very few clothes on her upper body, revealing a lot of snow-white skin. When she twisted, her snake-like waist that was filled with strength and beauty was even more fatal. At this moment, the white snake demon venerable looked even more perfect and enchanting. Looking at Songshi's soul, he said, "Your spirit is actually so powerful. Fortunately, you haven't condensed your primordial spirit. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to enter this place. Why, you can't wait any longer. Do you want to dual cultivate with my ass and soul?" Songshi teased. Now that he could not expel this demoness power, he could only spout nonsense. "I can't be considered a primordial spirit now. I'm only a wisp of a soul clone. I won't easily let my primordial spirit leave my body." The white snake demon venerable smiled. "Actually, if not for your powerful spiritual strength, I wouldn't even need a soul clone to guard this place. I could have done it with just a thought. It's the soul clone again. I encountered it the last time I killed your son. It seems that after attacking me once, your soul clone disappeared." Songshi was surprised. The white snake demon venerable's eyes turned cold. "HMPH, that unfilial son was born before I broke through. I left a wisp of my soul clone to protect my body when I broke through. But he was a piece of trash and didn't even survive after being protected by my soul clone." From the change in her way of addressing him, one could tell that she was a little angry at this moment. Clearly, she still cared about her unfilial son. It's a pity that no one taught him how to be a human or how to be a demon. "Now that I helped him reincarnate early and start his life again, do you want to thank me?" Songshi smiled. He was deliberately provoking this woman. It would be best if the woman destroyed his soul in anger. "I've already done my best for him. You don't have to provoke me." The white snake demon venerable saw through Songshi's thoughts and calmed down. Blood-robed old ghost, you've lived for 1,000 years. But I've lived longer than you, and I've experienced more than you. Don't even think about infuriating me. You have to understand that you're still under my control." She raised her hand, and snowflakes began to fall from her spiritual world, as if she had entered the dead of winter. The spiritual confrontation between the two sides rose to another level. Snowflakes fell on her body, adding a different flavor to her beauty. When men in the world saw this, they probably would all want to hold an umbrella for her. The unique and beautiful woman enchanted Songqi. He could not bear to see this beauty in the snow leave. In fact, the cold force had already begun to freeze his mind, affecting his judgment and understanding from a deep level. She's so beautiful, although it's just an illusion of the changes in the spiritual world. It's still amazing. Songqi admired it. The more beautiful something is, the more dangerous it is sometimes. Thanks for the compliment. The white snake demon venerable continued forward. Every step it took represented that a part of Songqi's mental world had been eroded. She kept moving forward, and the distance between her and Songqi slowly shortened. Their mental powers kept clashing. As time passed, Songqi gradually fell into a disadvantage. "I'm very curious. How did you meet Lu Bingxuan and get together?" Seeing that he had no advantage in resisting the corrosion, Songqi thought of a way to stall for time. "This has nothing to do with you." The white snake demon venerable was unwilling to answer. "Give up. Since I've used my soul clone, you can't resist the power of my enchantment."